Hey everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Silverwing, and today I'm going to be answering some questions from you guys. This is supposed to be an 800 sub special, but I've since hit 948 subs, which is crazy. So thank you guys so much for that. Sorry this video took so long. Let's answer some questions. When did you start drawing? I've been drawing most of my life, but I only started getting serious about it around the age of 10. I think, I'm not sure. I was around that time when I decided I wanted to be an author, and eventually discovered the wonderful medium of graphic novels, which combined my two favorite things, writing and drawing. What's your preference, digital or traditional? Digital, I think. It's versatile and easy to fix mistakes. I still enjoy traditional from time to time, but digital is definitely my preference. What's your opinion on cheese? Cheese is great, in moderation. How long have you been doing digital art? I've been doing digital art since I was 16. For my 16th birthday, I got my trusty iPad and Apple Pencil, which I still use today. And although it took me a while after that to sort of get used to digital art, once I transitioned from traditional to digital and really learned the capabilities of digital art, I fell in love and I've never looked back. So it's been about 3 years since I started. Beans? Yes. Who's your most inspiring person for art? Oh boy, how can I pick just one? A lot of my inspiration comes from other internet creators. Anon Spice, Lamppost, Winged Wolf 94, Incurious Cat, and Druid's Hollow are a few whose art really inspires me. As for more celebrity-type people, I looked up to Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Universe, a lot. I love the Marvel movies and a lot of the comics as well, and he's such a creative person and has said a lot of inspiring things. Also, not an artist in the way you're thinking, but I really admire Matthew Mercer and the cast of Critical Role. They are all superb storytellers, and I want to tell stories like them someday. What programs do you use? For art, I use Procreate, and for animation, I use Flip-a-Clip or a combination of Procreate and Flip-a-Clip. Because Flip-a-Clip likes to do this thing where it'll randomly delete frames, and it's incredibly frustrating. But for the most part, it's a good animation app. Procreate is probably the best drawing app I've ever tried. It's got so many features that I'm still discovering, and I've never had any technical problems with it. Who do you think would win in a fight, a Wolverine or a Honey Badger? Neither, because the battle would never end. Those things are both too stubborn to die. I would love to hear more about the OC you use most often. The one in the banner/thumbnail. I assume you're talking about Silverwing. She's my internet persona/avatar for the channel. Her personality is pretty similar to mine, except more energetic and positive. She went through a lot of design changes. If I can find some, I'll put them up on the screen. But I always knew her name was going to be Silverwing, because she was named after one of my favorite books, Silverwing by Kenneth Opel. I don't really have a backstory for her yet, but it's something I'm interested in exploring. What advice would you give to someone struggling to draw full-body dragons? The best advice I can give you is shapes, shapes, shapes. Everything is made of shapes, and don't be afraid to exaggerate shapes either. Dragons are imaginary creatures, so realism doesn't really have to be your top priority here. Don't listen to those hardcore dragon nerds who tell you a dragon has to have 4 legs, and 2 wings, and 4 claws, and 821 scales. Let your imagination run wild. Besides Wings of Fire, what other fandoms are you in? I'm not in a lot of fandoms in the sense that I talk to other people online about them, but I am a fan of a lot of things, namely the MCU, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Rick Riordan's books, especially Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. Those books are seriously underrated, Dungeons & Dragons, Gravity Falls, and Warrior Cats, though I don't really read the books anymore, I just enjoy the world. What's your favorite holiday? Probably Christmas. It's the only one I really celebrate. Like, I enjoy the other holidays, but I don't really do anything differently on those days. I like giving gifts, I like receiving gifts, there's a lot of good food, it's a good time. Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized tiger or 3 tiger-sized horses? That's a great question. I would say 3 tiger-sized horses, since horses are scared of basically everything, and I could probably spook them off. What are some of your main OCs? My main Wings of Fire OCs are Oryx, Perplexity, and the rest of Perplexity's troop. Oryx is an anxious sandwing who ran away from home with his sister, and Perplexity is a rainwing who is the leader of a traveling band of performers. Perplexity took Oryx and his sister in, and they became friends and eventually mates. There's a whole story for Perplexity and Oryx that I want to share more of eventually. Some of my other OCs include Beluga, the Seawing who can hear ghosts, Lightningfoot, the deaf warrior cat, Diabolus Delumine, the fearless Badlands explorer, Oculus Farsight, the Ravenfolk seer, my Dungeons & Dragons characters Hillonaut, Aeolus, Hopper, and Cerulean K, and many, many more. Who is your hardest OC to animate? Probably that raptor character from my Bam Bam animation meme. Definitely going to have to make a simplified version of her, cause the coloring alone took me hours. If life gave you lemons, what would you do? Probably the classic make lemonade. I like lemonade. What's your favorite animated TV show or movie? If I had to pick one, I would say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The animation style is so pleasing, the characters have good chemistry, the writing is clever, and it's probably one of the most original and unique animated movies that we've gotten in the past few years. And I cannot wait for the sequel. Do you ship Darkstalker and CLEARSIGHT? No. CLEARSIGHT definitely deserves way better than him. In my opinion, she should have ended up with Listener. They had way more chemistry than CLEARSIGHT had with Darkstalker. What about Spyro and Cinder? I never played the Spyro games, and I know next to nothing about them. But, I mean, if they're happy together, then yes, I ship them. What's your favorite thing about being Canadian? Tim Hortons. Specifically Timbits. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Chocolate, definitely. In fact, I'll eat anything that's chocolate flavored. Who is your favorite Wings of Fire character? I would probably say Whiteout. I really hope she gets her own book one day because I'd love to see what goes on in her head. I also like Sundew, Tsunami, and Turtle. And most of the others are pretty great too. And that, my friends, is all the questions we have. Thank you guys for sending all those in. I'm really surprised how many I got. If I didn't answer your question, I'm sorry. It's probably because YouTube likes deleting my comments on my videos. If your comment was deleted, but you still have questions to ask, feel free to ask them here, and I'll reply when I can. This video took a long time to make, but I'm pretty proud of it. It's my first fully voiced video, and though I'm still quite nervous about recording my voice, I'm starting to enjoy it. It sure beats typing out subtitles. Again, thank you guys so much for all your support. I can't believe how close I am to 1,000 subscribers. This is crazy. It doesn't feel real. And thank you for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day.